Hello everybody, and just here and welcome back to Shy, episode 5, in which, I don't know, we're probably going to fight Stigma again, or one of his creations, or something like that is gonna happen. Yeah, it's kinda hard to tell what's gonna happen in today's episode, because there isn't any, space left for a continuation in the previous one, but we'll see, we'll manage. What happened in the previous episode, though? Well, the biggest and the most important thing in the previous episode was, of course, Teru's fight with David W. Jones, or rather, Shy's fight with Stardust. Right? They fought, and Stardust, the unwavering, the unshakable, the psychopath, barren of any emotions, was touched by Shy in more ways than one. That sounded bad. His heart and soul were touched by Shy's powers of instant therapy, and he was also, arguably, touched in the face by her punch. So she can stay as a superhero. She doesn't have to, hang up her cloak. She can just remain Shy. And this episode episode 4, really served as a very good showcase of Shy's powers and of her potential powers. So far we had some clues here and there. We know that fire, because she has the jetpack and she has some, fire-related powers. Maybe not. I know, hard to tell. Maybe it's just technology. Maybe it's her innate powers. We don't know that. We know that she helped Iko through therapy, through the power of the heart. So maybe it's the heart that's her actual power, and the fire is actually just a piece of technology on her back. We don't know that, really. Maybe it was just a fluke. Maybe it was just a one-time thing. Because Iko was her friend, so she had an easier time to get into her head, into her soul, into her heart, and solve her issues, etc., etc. Episode 4 really solidified the fact that Teru has... You could look at it two ways, I guess. Either she has two powers. The combat power of the fire. She can punch someone with a fireball, with a flaming fist. And she also, besides that, has the power of empathy, of the heart, of the therapy. Or you could kind of merge those two and get an idea that Shy has the power of a flaming heart, of burning soul, or whatever you want to call it. That it's two powers in one, really. She's not much of a combatant, although she does have combat abilities. She's not a completely pacifist of a superhero. But for the most part, it's her powers of therapy, the power of her heart, that is her main power, I guess. Which really makes her match up against Stigma, or rather, which really makes her role in the fight against Stigma really important, really big, because Stigma is all about taking the worst parts of people's hearts and making them manifest. Meanwhile, Shy is there to help those people figure out those bad parts, accept them, deal with them, work through them. Right? They are really kind of opposites in that way. Stigma essentially says, hey, you have some unsolved anger, get the crystalline armor and punch people in the face. Meanwhile, Teru is here saying, hey, you have some unsolved anger issues, unsolved anger. Take a deep breath, do some meditation, go back to your childhood. When do you think did it start? Right? They really work on opposite ends of the same spectrum of human emotions, human feelings, human traumas. All that stuff. Then After it was done, Teru fainted, and we got to meet Pilis Dunant, better known as Black Star? Something like that? I don't know, I just have her real name on the annual list, so I don't know what her nickname is. I would assume it's Black Star or something in that vein. And another hero, an old man who is also with Peels. And they are healers. Basically, they healed Teru, and Peels, in a very Tsun Tsun way, told Teru that I will not acknowledge you, Baka. You need to do better, Baka. And that's where that ended. And lastly, we learned that there is some shenanigans going on overseas, and there's one other hero dealing with them. We know that Stigma is at large, and Teru has some nice time with Iko. They laugh, they have fun, and in the after credits scene, Iko really wants to see Teru naked. That's basically the summary of it. That's basically the summary of it. What's gonna happen in today's episode? As I said, I have no clue. Will Iko see Teru naked? I don't know. Maybe. Will Stigma attack Japan again? I don't know. Plausible. Will Teru insta-therapy another person? Also could happen. Are we gonna meet another hero? Not out of the question. Anything and everything can happen, really, so how about I just stop talking, because there's not much point to it. Let's just start watching instead. How's that sound? To do that, of course, you will need your subs to follow along with me. I'm gonna need my sound to hear what's going on in the show. And I'm also gonna have to ask you guys for your support. Support the channel if you want monetarily on Patreon or YouTube down below, or not. Share my content, spread the word. It costs you nothing and helps a lot. And with all of that out of the way, we can start watching episode 5 of Shy in 3, 2, 1, go. That's a very calm town. I can't wait for it being wrecked by Stigma's monster. Buying some stationery. Yes. Hello. No. Yeah, okay. That's why shops should have this, like, bell on the countertop. Mei-chan? Who's Mei-chan? Okay. My first thought immediately, Teru somehow decides to help the old lady and work at this store. Probably not. Alternatively, the old lady gets crystallized by Stigma, Teru helps her, and that cures old lady's rheumatism, or whatever it's called in English. That's possible, isn't it? Shiny girl. Right, we also got in the last episode an answer to how their powers work. They are their heart manifest. Essentially, if your heart is burning, you get fire powers. If you're cold, you get ice powers, etc., etc. Do you need help? Gaga glue. Okay. I mean, she needed an eraser and a pen or something. Mount Tanpopo. Oh, she wanted to draw it. Or she wanted to take a look. Sure, that also works. Uh, I'm gonna note down Mount Tanpopo. I wonder, is Teru gonna end up helping at the shop? Or is Stigma going to heal her? Is it? Oh? I guess the fire works only when her heart is on fire. Iko? Whomst? Oh, it's Li Mingming. Korea hero? China? Oh! No, it's Pills. Yep. It's the Black Star. Lady Black. Sorry. Yes, you're a Chunibyo. Right, she's a healer. Maybe she can heal Grandma. And, right, she can't ask after all. It requires a little bit of assertiveness, doesn't it? Okay. Some massage with a sprinkle of superpowers. After all, heroes are supposed to help people, right? At least pretend like you're massaging her. That's a Chekhov's gun waiting to fire. Something's gonna go fucky wacky. 100%. Come on, Teru. Some outdoor activity is gonna do you good. At least if you get blisters on your feet or whatever, pills can just heal you. Yeah, work on your stamina. Even the granny's doing better than you. Can you heal her fatigue, perhaps? No, it's probably just a normal amount of walking. No, she was probably doing it out of necessity. Like, I know, living in a remote village in the Alps. Switzerland has Alps, right? I'm not failing geography here. Superhero trials. That's a very nice stick. That's a very nice stick, actually. Having a cup of water with the husband. Remember to hydrate. Could probably use some electrolytes as well. I'm gonna have to look up how tall this mountain is, assuming it actually exists in Japan. Oh, prosthetics! Okay. That's unexpected but not unwelcome. Right, she was training her use of prosthetics. So she got enough determination, right, to climb, to walk. And I guess that's where her healing powers come from. Maybe. I don't know. Right. Don't get all that. I'm not praising you that much, Baka. Don't let it get to your head. I'm just praising you a little bit, Baka. Okay, we're only halfway through. Well, just past halfway through. Fair. Teru assembling her harem. Iko's gonna be jealous. We have Iko the dere dere. We have Pils the tsundere. Who's gonna be a kudere? Li Mingming? Li Mingming seems fitting for a kudere, I guess, maybe. Oh, trying to use her fire powers. Of course. Training in secrecy. Actually, interesting, yeah. She didn't need to henshin. Could perhaps Iko help you training? Light the fire in your heart? Oh, I didn't even notice that she wasn't wearing one. Scar's still here. What are you doing, girl? She has legs. Unlike a certain someone. Ask Iko for help already. Or at least confide in her a little bit. That's what friends are for! That's what friends are for, Teru. Are those the words written? Oh, yeah. Just imagine the kanji. Oh, that's an interesting distinction. Flames versus fire. She might not have control over the fire, but she has control over the flame. Right? Something along those lines? She wouldn't be able to summon a blaze or a spark, but she would be able to summon a flame. Maybe the distinction in Japanese is clearer, I'm not sure. Whomst. Oh, is Teru gonna join the calligraphy club? To learn the essence of flame? Another friend has been acquired. I mean, yeah, there is a certain ceremony to it, isn't there? And she got distracted. Passion. You wanna give it a shot, maybe? Another member of the harem. Teru's powers are really those of the heart, aren't they? And that's a threat. Crimson. Teru. There we go, your name. Wanna join the club, maybe? So it really would fit her, wouldn't it? The powers of the heart and whatnot. Hmm. And the heart. Oh! Yeah, the heart got to her. You can express it through art. Gee, I wonder. I guess Teru means something else in Japanese as well. It's not necessarily a name. How do you have a calligraphy set at home? Mm-hmm. Mm. Oh, there are some doodles among the characters, of course, and there's the flame. There's the fire. There we go. I mean, you wrote the kanji. Oh. Cold Spirit. Oh, that's the. Okay. Sure. Ah. That was a fun episode. Very comfy. I actually like that this show isn't just constantly clobbering us over the head with superhero stuff, you know? That it's not uh, monster of the week or constant fight against stigma. It's as much about all the superhero shtick as it is about the day-to-day lives. It's as much about Shy as it is about Teru. Cool. There's probably not going to be much to talk about, but I don't think Lady Black was in the ending. I think at the beginning it was just Teru and Iko. Or Shy and Eco, and Lady Black wasn't here. I could be mistaken though. Oh, Omake. They're gonna be a thing now? I'm alive, but it's embarrassing. The living embarrassment has arrived. I mean, hey, it's a fitting introduction for her, isn't it? As I said, cool, cute, fun, slice of lifey episode. Let's watch it again. Rocket paper, Tayo crevasse. A lot of different pens, brushes, and stuff. Old lady who knows Teru. Yeah, I guess the wheelchair now makes sense in the opening. Her back hurts ever since her husband died. I had in my mind wife and father, and this was neither. I guess maybe it kind of portrays how synapses in the brain work, right? Wife, spouse, father, a male character in the family, cross wife and father, you get a husband. Hey, maybe I just discovered something from, I don't know, neuropsychology or something. Mount Tanpopo. Let me see. I want to see what the comparison is to the mountains that I climbed. Mount Tanpopo. Tanpopo disambiguation. Books, film, music, other uses, Tanpopo mission, Tanpopo prize. I guess Tanpopo is not actually a mountain in Japan? Huh? Viewing Mount Fuji. Tanpopo on TripAdvisor, but it's a restaurant near Tanpopo. So Tanpopo is a city in Japan? Tanpopo parking. Maybe instead of Mount Tanpopo, Mountain Tanpopo. Maybe Tanpopo is a... Nope. Doesn't seem like Mount Tanpopo is a thing. Okay, so it seems like it's a made-up place, or it's small enough that you can find it on Google, which is a shame because I wanted to look up a comparison to Shangri-La, which is the mountain that I have experience climbing. And Shangri-La is 468 meters tall. So, not that tall. But it's fun to climb because there are like two mountains. There's Wieżyca, that's smaller, and there's Ślęża, that's bigger. So you can climb Ślęża directly from its base to the top. There is even like a road straight up to the summit. Or you can climb through Wieżyca, on top of Wieżyca. You can go down and then go back up to Śnieżka, no. Ślęża. A trip one way and then back took us the whole day, basically. I think we set off from Wrocław at like 8 in the morning. We arrived to... what's the city called? With Ślęża? Sobótka. We arrived to Sobótka like an hour later, and then up Wieżyca, up Ślęża, down Ślęża, down Wieżyca, and from Sobótka back to Wrocław, and we were home at midnight. Yeah, around midnight. I had to take a night bus home, so yeah, it was around midnight. But that was a complete, complete non sequitur. Maybe not complete non sequitur because we're talking about mountains, but whatever. I like climbing. I like hiking. Wish there were more mountains nearby that were within the like an hour drive by bus like Shangri-La, but there aren't any, which is sad. And apparently Teru came here just to look at the painting, and while she was here, she also purchased something because it was awkward to visit a store without purchasing something. That's my bet, because I have the same problem. I walk into a store because I want to see if something's available, or I just want to see, I don't know, I want to test a mouse in person, or computer mouse, or some new phone. I want to test it in person or something. I walk in, and while walking out, I really don't want to go out through the entrance because I'm always afraid the detectors are gonna start beeping without a reason, and it's gonna be, oh, you stole something and shit. So I always buy like a bottle of mineral water or a piece of a cable or something like that just to buy something. So I can relate. I can relate to that, if that's it, that is. Great art. Maybe I wasn't noticing the things closest to me lately. Kinda. Lady Black has appeared. People started talking. Black Cross Medical Treatment Manual. What's that thing on her wall? Is that a calendar? Zombini. Sure. Some sort of a mascot. Why would I listen to your request, Baka? How stupid are you, Baka? Well, you will listen to your request because you're a good girl. And you're a superhero and you want to help people, so of course you will listen to her request. Because you're good natured, if not for any other reason, right? Also, a surprising display of assertiveness on Teru's part, right? She actually asked about something, she asked for something. Wow, character development, right? Healing. And of course, she wants to climb a mountain. And I guess Peels can relate here because she also couldn't walk, couldn't climb because of an injury. So, and then she got better and she went hiking. So it's kind of the same with the granny. I really expected the granny to either be turned by stigma and for that to heal her, or I alternatively expected Teru to start helping at the store. But apparently not. I guess she is still too shy and too socially phobic to be able to do that. But my first thing that came to my mind when Teru entered that store and the owner, the granny, just wasn't feeling well, my first thought, Dragon Maid Iruru helping at the candy store because the owner couldn't. That's probably why I was so set up on this possible resolution. I'm an indoor person. I mean, so am I, but I also like hiking. Those two don't necessarily, they aren't mutually exclusive. You can enjoy being at home, and you can enjoy solitude even, and you can also enjoy walks. I know I do. No need to push yourself. And yeah, the granny is in perfect condition, doesn't even drop a sweat, but Teru is, of course, lagging behind. I used to go hiking every day, but no, I don't love mountains, I don't love hiking. I did it because I had to, and I did it out of spite towards the world, right? I'ma show you that despite losing my legs, I can actually walk. Yeah, there were some people who laughed at me and said I couldn't do it, so I just wanted to prove them wrong. She got into hiking out of spite. I can appreciate that energy. Why would they laugh at you? Yeah, go to the summit and I'm gonna tell you. Natural water, half a liter, Swiss Alps. Okay, so she brought the water all the way from the Alps. I'm curious about the barcode. I'm really curious about the barcode. Let me try to check it. Do I have anything that could scan for a barcode? I can scan for a QR code. Is there like a Google Lens or something? Having Is that my cat meowing? Uh, Translate text, search photo, identify song. Okay. Search photo, maybe? No. No. Oh, search with your camera. There we go. Can you work, please? And the barcode. Is it actually something? Not really, it would seem. An activator for slime. A notebook. Couple of sites in Japanese. Not really any results. You know what? I'm gonna pause the recording and I'm gonna download some specific barcode scanner app or something, and I'm gonna be right back with. Okay, so it seems like this barcode doesn't actually lead to any actual product, at least not that I could find. The only thing that a certain barcode lookup website told me is that this barcode is Japanese. So yeah, not really Swiss, Japanese. Whatever. They probably copied it from, I don't know, a bag of crackers or something. I'm not sure. Whatever, that took way too long time. Way too much time, so let's continue. You really want to know? Yeah, I love it. I love that Iko still has the scar, and I love that she's missing legs. It might sound weird, but it's something I'm really missing in anime and manga, I guess maybe to a lesser degree. Prosthetics and bionics and stuff like that. I'm really missing it for some reason. Or rather, they are missing for some reason, and I miss them existing. Arifureta was probably the best shot I got at a character having a prosthetic or a bionic or whatever you want to call it, right? Hajime had his arm, actually lost the arm and actually got a mechanical arm back. Same goes for the eye. I keep looking back to Galactic Navy Officer Goes to Another World or some title like that, where one of the characters lost an arm and a leg. And the main character had superpowers from sci-fi, being able to manufacture guns and ammo and everything, wearing nanosuits, shit like that. And I was hoping, hey, give that character some mechanical legs and a mechanical arm. That's gonna be super cool. You're gonna have that character swing a sword with a mechanical arm now, right? How cool is that gonna be? But no, rather than that, main character just regrew their hand and regrew their leg because, of course, we can't have prosthetics. So I'm glad that we get prosthetic, and I'm also glad that Iko has the scar because I'm glad that injury persists. That's also something that's not very common in anime, in manga. You might have a character get a scar as a child, off screen, and then during the course of the series they have a scar and it has a backstory. But very rarely do you have a character, I know, lose an eye or lose a limb or get sliced in half somewhere, and then from that point on they are shown with a scar. Right? It pretty much never happens. So I'm really glad that it happened to Iko. I mean, I'm not glad it happened to her, but I'm glad that this show portrays it, and I like how it also portrays it on Peels. Cool. Also, I guess it gives her a reason to wear thigh highs. So hey, another benefit of that. I went hiking every day, so I could, no matter the country or place. Yep, the place where I grew up, surrounded by mountains. I felt like I was in a trap, so I jumped out with my own two legs to prove that I can walk to myself and to the others. I'm a little impressed, but just a little. Just a little, baka. Teru really assembling a harem, isn't she? Yeah, this blush. It's hiding behind her hand. I guess I wouldn't mind helping you become a proper hero, baka. And she ran off. 155 centimeters, 45 kilo, B-type, blood, age 16, Swiss, likes volunteer work, black things, hero from the International Rescue Organization Black Cross. Teru training her firepower. Not willing to confide in her friend because, of course, it would inconvenience Iko-san, Koishikawa-san. It would really inconvenience her if I shared my problems with her. She'd be glad to hear them. She'd be glad to help you. But of course, Teru doesn't see it that way. Fire, flames, burning, flame. It's actually burning because it's, I know, the image of the soul or whatever. Another harem member procured. Tall girl with messy hair. Calligraphy club. I really expected Teru to actually join the club. I'm gonna be honest. I expected her to see that, hey, that's it. That's what makes me feel things and manifest my powers. Sure, I'm gonna join you. Or them try to recruit Teru and she not being able to refuse, agreeing to join. I wonder if that's gonna happen in the future. Teru joins the calligraphy club. Now, admittedly, I'm a fair bit actually ignorant on calligraphy. I don't really. I mean, I get it as a form of art, but I'm not getting it from the standpoint of, oh, you're pouring your soul into it and the heart of the kanji and metaphysical stuff like that, let alone Japanese calligraphy, which probably has its own entire thing built around it, right? Its own set of mythos and certain, whatchamacallit, I forgot the word, rituals, right? All that stuff built around it, so I can't really relate much to it, but whatever. It's art. Art moves people. I guess that would be the explanation I can go with, but if you know Japanese calligraphy, if you know the culture around it, you're gonna be probably able to make better judgment about it. She said she liked my calligraphy. That's no reason to start smelling her hair. Unnamed girl. She liked playing because it was warm. It was warm. It caught her eye. It had actual heat. What you're feeling inside shows in the characters you write. So I guess it helped Teru because it's a way to output your feelings, output your heart, and utilizing your powers is using your heart and using your heart powers outside, right? Taking that fire in your heart and using it to light a candle or using it to fire a fireball. And it's similar with calligraphy. You take the feeling inside of you and you put them on the paper, you take them out. So it's a form of training. You train taking out your emotions, your feeling, your heart on a sheet of paper, so that taking your emotions out towards an enemy or towards a candle or towards anything else is gonna be easier. I guess that's an explanation that that I can find. Your writing seems warm. And of course she's blushing. And a little bit of Tsun. Give it a try. Crimson. And Teru. What does Teru actually mean? The kanji, what does it actually mean in Japanese? Tell me in the comments if you know, because I don't really want to waste any more time looking shit up on the internet. But my bet would be it's something like either to do with fire or to do with heart or emotions or something. I think the first half of the kanji is the kanji for fire, even. I don't know how Japanese kanji work. Is it even kanji? Or is it hiragana or katakana? I don't know. You guys tell me. You're the specialist on Japanese. There's passion in your calligraphy too. I think calligraphy cherishes your heart more than any other art form. And that seems to be confirmed by Teru because her powers are of the heart and they react well with calligraphy. The thing you want to express from your heart passes through your arm. The same way Fireball, for example, works, right? The feelings from your heart pass through your arm to form a fireball. And in this case, they pass through your arm to form a character on paper. Something like that. Can we call the heart itself? And the heart itself did react with Teru's heart powers. And she's trying out. God damn, she's spindly. She has like no meat on her bones, I swear. It's no wonder she was she was tired and dying after climbing a somewhat tall mountain. Not even somewhat tall, fairly short actually mountain. She has no muscles, no nothing. She really should start at least some cardio exercises or something, but slowly we're gonna get there. So far, exercises in getting her heart out. They're working. The fire has been lit. Too much, even. A literal fire has been lit. Also, again, why does she have a calligraphy set at home? Is it something that every Japanese household has? Or did she buy it from grandma? I guess it's possible as well. I do like that she's wearing like completely casual clothes. She's not the trope of wearing her serafuku everywhere. Or seifuku, whichever it is. The end. And I think this is new. I'm not sure though. Correct me if I'm wrong. And Omake, proclaiming your name. I'm alive, but it's embarrassing. I'm shy to embarrassing. What's her full introduction? I'm alive, but it's embarrassing. The living embarrassment shy has arrived. Are you stupid? Yes, a little bit. A little bit stupid indeed. sun has changed and I need to change my camera settings. Okay, there we go. I said there's probably not gonna be a lot to talk about, and here I am talking for like half an hour or so. The video is gonna be an hour regardless, close to an hour at least. Good, fun episode. I like that despite this episode being essentially completely slice of lifey, it also had tie-ins with the superhero stuff, with like the second layer of it. Very often, most often, I would even say, you either have episodes that are purely about the fantastical stuff, right? Superheroes, magical girls, whatever. We're fighting an overgrown trash bin or what have you. Or you have episodes that are completely slice of lifey, that happen after some arc has been concluded, right? There was a lot of excitement, and then the next episode is a time for us to calm down, to rest a little bit. So that episode is our characters going to a beach or to a hot spring or something like that. Alternatively, those slice of life episodes serve as an introduction to the next intensive arc. Sure, for the majority of the episode, we are at the beach having fun, splitting watermelons and swimming and giving fun service. But by the end, a monster appears, and oh, we're gonna have to fight that monster now. Not so much the case here. It was purely slice of lifey, but the superhero fantastical stuff was always somewhere in the background, but also not in like an open way, but rather very subtle. It's all about Teru's growth, ultimately. Not about some monsters appearing and breaking the piece of the slice of life, not about Teru noticing that Stigma is walking around the city and having fun. None of that. It was very subtle and it was all about Teru's growth, which is cool. I like it. I like that we have those episodes of excitement that happen every now and then, but for the most part, it's not an action show. It's not. It's a little bit slice of life. It's a fair bit actually psychological, I would even say. Action happens every now and then, and it is good, but it's not the main focus of this show. If someone came into it expecting a shy, blushing superhero to be punching the bad guys in every episode, they're gonna be disappointed. But I'd still urge them to watch it because this show has a lot to offer that isn't just face punching. That's much more than just face punching. Cool. Good. Had fun. Good episode. That's about it. How about you guys? You tell me, what did you think of this episode in the comments down below? What did you think of this episode, of my reaction, my theories, stuff like that? No spoilers, please. Spoilers can go to my Discord here, also in the description below. Like this video if you liked it. Subscribe to the channel to be notified of future releases of not only Shy but also Magia Record, Frieren, Helck, Shield Hero, and plenty of others coming at you in the future. I also stream sometimes, so click the bell to be notified of when I go live. Support the channel if you want monetarily on Patreon, linked down below, where for $10 a month you get early access to non-seasonal shows like Magia Record, and for just $1 you get a role on the Discord and a place in the credits. You can also support me on YouTube itself via super thanks, memberships, stuff like that. You also get a role on the Discord. And if you don't want to spend any money whatsoever, you don't have to. Share my content, spread the word. It costs you absolutely nothing and helps a lot. And with all of that out of the way, that's gonna be it from me for today. So as always, you guys do all the good stuff, and I'm gonna see you in the next one. Cheers! And here's the list of my wonderful patrons: QB, Without the Network Survivor, Zay Rayner, Akamancer, David, Dr. Watt, Mahoutsukai, Alive, Fassel, and Hans Peter, and you can join them without having to climb Mount Tanpopo.